Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Zain JJ. Today, we're going to basically talk about my crypto investment. And of course, my goal in crypto is since the start of 2017, I'm going to share some story itself. And of course, I'm going to basically tell you how I invested into crypto. And after that, you can learn some stuff from that. And of course, I would say I'm going to share some of the mistakes that I made in the crypto space. And of course, lastly, I'm going to basically tell you what are the coins that you must have in your portfolio, in your crypto portfolio, if you are starting off like investing into the crypto space as of today, or maybe you have already invested. You might want to readjust your portfolio. This is not financial advice, it's just my own personal thoughts and opinion. I'm here to basically preserve and of course make wealth in the crypto space properly, not by aping into shit and after that from there gambling your coins itself. So I would say there's some risk associated with it. So if you want to support the channel itself, I mean, you can just click on the like button, which costs you basically nothing. Just click on the like button, and you're feeling generous, click on the subscribe button as well. And of course, if you're feeling filthy rich or godly through the crypto space itself, you a lot of money, feel free to head over to my Patreon to basically do some donations of like $5 to even $15. It just costs you a little bit, and after that from there I'm gonna start my story. Disclaimer itself, affiliated links will be shown on this video itself, is to help my channel to grow, and of course from there give me a sustainable income itself to basically feed my family. So I would say these are the stuff that you should know if you are watching the video. So over here I'm going to basically jump into the topic itself, talking about my personal story in the crypto space itself. So to make it short itself, basically I started my cryptocurrency journey itself since 2017, and of course 2017, if I'm not wrong, around I would say around not August, but of course earlier than that, maybe you say June or something like that. I was doing my research about crypto, basically asking myself how can I like make money online, and eventually I found out about cryptocurrency. And of course during the span of my crypto itself, I spoke about it many times. I started off with like ASIC mining, and after that eventually I was lucky enough to get in early. And of course when the hype about ASIC mining itself came in, I basically managed to flip my investment itself 3 to 5 times depending, and after that from there use my money to basically reinvest it into the crypto space of ICO and stuff like this, and decided to basically launch my own YouTube channel on the October of 2017. And of course basically posted videos talking about my goal on YouTube itself is simple, to basically help people understand cryptocurrency, and of course what are the opportunity on the internet to basically produce you some monetary incentive to basically watch my video. I mean, some of the stuff that I basically mentioned is free to basically earn some money, and of course some of it might require you to have some investment to basically grab the free money itself. So eventually I would say in crypto itself, for my story itself, I started off with like 10 to 15,000 worth of in Sing dollars, borrowed some from my mother, and after that from there eventually within like 6 months I was managed to flip it to basically make it double or triple. I can't really remember, but of course I know that I basically made some money and I paid off my debts towards my mother. And of course eventually, as of today itself, I grew my portfolio towards like 175. So in the midway itself, during the time of my investment itself, my portfolio went up as high as 750,000 or something like that, equivalent towards like maybe 1 million Sing dollar. But of course I did not like cash out everything immediately, because my goal itself, I'm very bullish about cryptocurrency. Therefore I did not like sell everything to basically get this fiat money, because fiat itself, I do not believe in the monetary system. Therefore I'm holding it in crypto, hedging against the monetary system in the future. And after, you might be thinking that I'm dumb and stuff like this. If you research more about how did money came about, and after that from there how the system worked itself. So during the start itself, I was basically doing research on the monetary system, and after that from there looking into Bitcoin itself, and eventually I found out that the whole monetary system that we have is a huge fraud. And after that from there, I would say it is a legalized fraud. And after that from there, it is backed with the citizens' hope and faith towards the currency, the government itself. And after that, I would say, simple to understand, simple enough, I basically trust crypto itself more than our own monetary system. Therefore I would say, yeah, some of you guys might have different belief, different views, but I'm not going to debate it in this video. I'm just going to basically tell you the next topic itself, how I invested into crypto, and after that how can you follow it to basically somehow carve your own journey itself. It's just my personal experience through the crypto space, and after that I hope you guys will basically find something useful, and of course you can basically use it if let's say you think that it's logical and good enough. So over here I have this link down below itself if you want to basically see all the referral link that I use to basically generate money itself. So I would say, first of all, how I started with crypto is to basically buy cryptocurrency. So how I invested, I bought some crypto by Bitcoin, Ethereum, to basically hold it. And after that from there, before I even research about it, I was somehow getting into like the FOMO stage, and after that from there hope that I was quite early, therefore I immediately, without much research, I threw like maybe 500 or even $1,000 into the crypto space without really knowing what it is. And after that from there, eventually with that amount of money that I have, eventually it is the amount that I can afford to lose, because five to $1,000, it is, I would say it's not small for some of you guys, but of course for me itself, I would say I'm willing to risk that amount. If let's say it grew out of it itself, I will be making a lot of money, and I'm not a lot, but of course I will be making some sort of money. Therefore, FOMO stage was the first type of stages that I went into crypto itself, to basically just secure some of the crypto first. And after that, from there, I did the research for maybe 3 to 4 months itself, or even 5 months, to understand the whole ecosystem itself. Not really the whole ecosystem, but of course the fundamental surface crypto industry itself, how it works and stuff like this. So after I know more about it, I dive into like more research about more in-depth stuff like ASIC mining, and after that from there like nodes and stuff like this. So yeah, eventually in the market itself, I made some money through this type of investment itself since 2017. But as of today, I would say ASIC itself is not really an industry that a normal person like you and me can basically invest in, unless you're saying that you are filthy rich, you have like big daddies behind you, like whales behind you, basically with millions or even hundreds of $1 million to basically start a mining farm and stuff like this. Yes, definitely you can basically um, make lots of money through that. But of course, we are talking about an average investors who are basically having a paycheck to paycheck, or maybe say that you do not have you are here to basically create your own financial freedom through investing itself. So I would say this video itself is going to be very useful for you. And of course, how I invested in crypto itself, first of all, I started with like a few thousand, 10 to 15,000 to be exact itself. Eventually accumulated more and more crypto, and after that buy ASIC to flip here and there. I eventually made like a pot of gold. I would say during the time itself, it felt like a pot of gold that I basically managed to make like 3 or 5 times. I think 2 or 3 times. I will not, I'm gonna exaggerate, like 5 times, maybe 3 times of my initial investment. And of course, I was feeling like very happy and stuff like this, because it was done all under the course of maybe 6 months. And of course, yeah, within 6 months, I can make my money 3 times, 4 times. It is quite exciting. And after that, from there, I mean, I was lucky to get into the ASIC industry early on. And after that, from there, I realized that it will not always happen. And of course, from there, it is just my luck with the market itself. And of course, eventually, I would say, after doing that itself, I dive into like ICOs using my profits itself. So I really clear out my debts, and after that, basically took out my initial investment. And of course, from there, I would say my debts itself, I mean my profit itself, what I've done to it is basically diversify into like ICOs projects. So during 2018 or 2017, you might have heard about this ICO phase, ICO craze itself. Basically, companies starting up in the crypto space, they wanted to collect funds and stuff like this. So I invested, like I would say, out of 1,000 company in the crypto space that I've seen itself, only like I would say only around 10 to 15 of them are standing as of today. And of course, I would say 2 or 3 itself will be very successful to basically make your coin like 10x or even 100x in the future itself. So these are the, to put this perspective, that out of 1,000 company itself, maybe 10 to 15 will be still be here today after like many years. But only like 2 or 3, or even I would say 1 or 3 itself, will basically make you really rich off the investment itself. Not really rich, but of course make you some decent gains on your investment itself. So over here, after that craze itself, I saw the opportunity about like this type of crypto in deposit platform itself, like how to invest, Celsius platform, and after that, BlockFi, which has really collapsed. But of course, eventually the newer generation ones came out, like Haru, Midas, Flynt Finance, Nexus is still standing here. So over here, what they do is basically they offer your cryptocurrency. They basically take your crypto, and after that, from there, they do something with the crypto, because as a average investor, you do not know how to like trade, you do not know how to do options. Therefore, you trust this company to invest for you, and of course hope they do not rug pull on you. So these are all of the risks that I already gone through. And of course, I would say crypto itself is not for the faint of heart. You're basically going onto a roller coaster, turning 360 degrees every single day. And after that, from there, if you have a quick cut, I would say do not invest in crypto, because you could just somehow grow older. You can look at my face. I'm only 24 this year, but people tell me I look like 30, man. I mean, like, it's a very stressful industry to basically like keep ahead of the news and everything, because you're everyday reading. And of course, I gave up a lot of things in life to find financial freedom, to be honest, in the crypto space. And of course, I would say this type of platform itself, they help you earn your money. So during the time, back in the time itself, they are offering like lots of money, I would say. if you deposit like 1K, you will get $10. If you deposit 10K, you will get $100. So eventually I saw all of this opportunity out there, and after that from there I basically put my money in, and after that from there hit the requirements, and then decide to basically go longer with them, and of course eventually reap some of the rewards in the process itself. And of course eventually I kept doing that, and of course there's a lot of freebie money that I receive, I would say, from maybe from $1,000 to $2,000 itself. It is all free because it is all from the platform that they are offering people to sign up, deposit, and of course from there I use like my relatives slash family's names itself to create, and after that from there to basically deposit, and after that from there to view all of the free money in the industry, because it's free money. And of course from there they do not understand what I'm doing, but eventually they supported me, so I'm very grateful for my family to basically support me in this type of investment itself. And of course I would say eventually itself in the space I'm basically started with 15 all the way towards 700 over K, and went back down to 170K. But of course I'm not gonna sell everything to basically diversify into stuff until I reach the 1 million mark itself in my crypto portfolio itself. And of course this portfolio itself does not include my NFT itself, so my NFT I think it is roughly worth around 10,000 or 20,000. If you want to put it into perspective itself, I'm currently worth around 200K itself in the crypto space. And of course I would say 99% of my investment in the cryptocurrency, but of course not going to diversify anytime, but of course going to do some stock content in the future, next year maybe, probably, to start off like my stock journey starts off slowly and surely. And of course I would say the next part itself is basically talking about the mistake that I made, and of course the mistake you can basically learn from that I've done, and of course basically will help you with the journey. So I would say the first mistake that I've done is basically chasing those coins. I mean, like ICO phase itself, during the ICO itself, I was chasing all of the projects that is coming up, upcoming, and of course reading the white paper, and after that reading the technical advancements slash promises that the company can basically offer itself in the future. So I found it that when I read the paper, oh my god, I'm like reading the holy maybe like I don't know, holy Bible or something like that, very interesting, and it seems like a very basically looking at a treasure map, and after that from there heading the path towards there, how do I become billionaire from there. But of course eventually I found out that during the paper itself it looks like a dragon, it painted like a very nice picture and everything, but eventually when it is actually reaching the roadmap itself to basically deliver stuff, whatever they deliver itself is just like they're telling you, I'm going to give you a car, but of course at the end of the day you're just receiving a toy car. So this is the difference between their paper and the actual product. So it is somehow like looking at the dragon, and after that eventually when you waited for the dragon prototype to be out, but you just see a worm there. So this is the analogy between this type of investment that I've seen. So basically do not chase like ICO slash startup itself. I mean, in the space itself there is always gonna be like every week itself you might just hear a new startup, a new coin that's gonna change, and they are gonna tell you that we are gonna be the next Bitcoin, the next Ethereum, and stuff like this. So I would say this is one of the reasons that you should not chase out of this ICO project unless you say you already made your profit in the crypto space, and after that you want to basically risk a little bit towards this type of ICO. Definitely you can do so. So for my case itself, yes, I did that. Whatever I've done in the profit itself, I took a percentage out to basically play around with this ICO, hoping to basically make it. But of course eventually I can just tell you my story about that. Out of so many companies I invested in, I would say maybe one or two succeeded, and of course the one or two itself, it is I was lucky enough to basically make back, I would say, cover slash break even my money in my whole ICO investment streak itself, I would say. So I would say with the time spent onto it, maybe 3 months, 4 months down, basically investing into the project itself and waiting for a year to basically see results itself, I would say break even itself was cool enough, lucky enough. But of course at the investment standpoint itself, you're not even making 1% for that one whole year. It's a waste of time, and of course to account inflation and stuff like this, basically you're losing money. So I would say this is just the risk itself. And of course the next one that I would say the mistake that I know of is basically chasing those meme coins, chasing those like hype coin that is basically, you have to know this in the crypto space itself. If you are in the small group chat and after people started talking about this token itself, and after eventually more and more people are telling you about this magical token that's gonna make you a millionaire, and after stuff like this you might be thinking, okay, I can try buying $100 to it. But of course I would say it's basically using $100 to buy a lottery ticket, and of course the lottery, to win the lottery itself is like a 1 in 1,000 millions of chance. And after that from there I would say you to win a lottery ticket itself, you might just be better spotting a UFO. I mean, this is just an analogy. So I would say For those hype coins itself we have heard about on the news itself, once it's on the news, once it's on the media, you have to understand that when you enter it now, you're not gonna make any money because it is already on the news. Thousands and millions of people already heard about it, and after they have already bought it, and that's why the news basically doing a coverage of it. And after that, when you saw it on the news, I would say recommend you not to buy it because I mean, if let's say the same analogy, if let's say you already made money in the crypto space and you use your profit to risk a little bit into this type of hype stuff itself. I mean, it is understandable, it is acceptable. But of course, if you want to eventually keep growing your wealth itself, I would say do not chase this type of coin itself. Instead, you should basically focus on some of the stuff that I'm going to mention later on. So over here, the next one that I would say itself is to basically the third stuff itself I'm going to say is the first itself is don't chase like ICO projects, do not chase the coins itself. Basically, almost the same stuff. And of course, the third one itself is do not listen to YouTube influencer like me itself. I would say I'm not perfectly perfect, or I did not make a million out of my portfolio or something like that. But of course, I believe some of the YouTubers out there have done it, and after that, from there, because they started off with an investment slash they got lucky, I would say. I mean, being salty a little bit, not getting into crypto punks or whatsoever. I mean, it's just your faith itself in the space, and of course, I wasn't that lucky to get into crypto punk or bought it itself. So I would say some of them have really like some of them they came off came off with capital, and after that, from there, definitely making a million itself is quite easy in crypto if you do it right. And of course, I would say with 1,000 you 10x with 5 years itself is not so bad, to be honest. And after that, from there, I would say do not listen to crypto influencer itself, because most of them itself, including me, I would say, basically are here to basically make some money in the YouTube industry. And of course, for me, I'm doing like free contents, and after that, they're not really asking you to sign up for my course for $99.99 for the first month or stuff like this. And after that, come join my course for maybe $2,500, and I'm gonna guarantee you become a billionaire, stuff like this. So I would say some of them have already established a number over there. And of course, it is easy to market it to basically tell people that they have done it. And of course, from there, they're going to teach you how they're going to do it. But of course, on my channel itself, I'm not going to do such a thing because I believe that all of this knowledge itself is there. And of course, I am not perfect, basically not like Warren Buffett or whatsoever, basically entering every crypto pick that I done has gone up 100%. Therefore, I'm going to be fucking transparent with you guys that, to be honest, the YouTube influencer itself, they are just trying to get your money to basically fund them or whatsoever, and after that, from there, grow their investment portfolio. But of course, I would say for the crypto investing itself, to be honest, if you've done enough research, the free tool online itself is freaking Google and YouTube. You can hear about people talking about it. You can search about technical stuff on Google itself totally for free. It's just that you are just paying for the convenience for them to compile the data for you, and after that, from there, you are before you really make an investment into it, you already lost some money. So I would say this is what I talk about. And of course, to my own personal opinion itself, to be honest, I'm not really a smart kid or whatsoever. I would say you can hear from my English, I'm not like perfectly spoken, perfectly educated or whatsoever. And of course, I keep repeating myself. And of course, you might be thinking that this kid is just dumb or whatsoever. So what I've done is I can just tell you that I've done everything about cryptocurrency without paying a single cent in the courses, in the whatever legendary formula that you found off. It is just an idea over there to basically profit off you. And after that, from there, I do not, because I started off and I value money, because I do not come from a rich family. So I know that money itself is it's very hard to earn, and after stuff like this. So I would say I'm not willing to spend like thousands or even hundreds of dollars in a single course that I can basically Google it for free. Simple enough. And after that, from there, I would say the next topic itself is basically talking about what are the coins that you must have. And of course, in this segment itself, I can basically market it to you like maybe a $2,000 cost or whatsoever, but I'm just going to give it to you for free if you click on the like button. So over here, I've already been flashing the screen of my portfolio itself. And of course, if you want to know what are the coins that you must have itself, please smash the like button. And of course, if you're generous enough, click on the subscribe button. And of course, feeling filthy rich itself, go to my Patreon and of course send some donation if you want to. So 2 coins itself, I would say in the crypto space since 2017, and after that till today itself, I would say that if you are getting started with crypto itself, these are the 2 coins that you must have if you are here in the crypto space to basically try to make some wealth, not to gamble your money. I would say I will emphasize it, not gamble your money. course, over here I would say Bitcoin and Ethereum itself, yeah, the standard Bitcoin and Ethereum you must buy and everything. But I'm gonna tell you my thoughts of why must you have it, why must you buy it, and why is it logical to own it. Because first of all, Bitcoin and Ethereum itself is the most Bitcoin itself is the first and everything start of everything, the father of all coins. And after that, Ethereum itself is one of the coin that tried to basically improve Bitcoin ecosystem itself, basically using the fundamental of Bitcoin to create something that is much more advanced. And after that, from there, very advanced in technology, yeah. And after that, over here you can say Bitcoin itself. First of all, why you want to own it is because it's the first father of all coin, and of course we know that the SEC, the regulators itself, are talking about cryptocurrency, but of course mainly they are focused on commodities like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And of course Ethereum itself is still under the speculation of securities and commodity, and after that, from there it's still on the debate. So I would say majority of my portfolio is on Bitcoin, and after that some of it is on Ethereum, because I believe Ethereum itself is the technology of all that started your Polygon, your Binance Smart Chain, your every smart contract platform. Ethereum is the first, and after that, from there, I would say Ethereum itself, they have a huge developer pool, basically doing developments on the Ethereum platform itself. So why do we want to have it? Logically speaking itself, if let's say the SEC started, I mean, they are already regulating it, finding ways to basically regulate it, and of course trying to understand cryptocurrency for many years, but they do not fucking understand it because it is because they do not have control over it and they are not willing to understand. That's what I believe in. And of course, from there you can see that Bitcoin itself, when it is regulated itself, the price of Bitcoin itself will basically be marketed as an ETF, because all of the company out there, the Wall Street itself, they want to basically dip their balls into the pot of gold itself. But of course, they can't own all of the Bitcoin in the world because there's only 21 freaking billion worth of Bitcoin itself. So what do? They come out with a paper, basically like a IOU or something like that, like an ETF, you want to call it, basically creating this ETF itself, telling you that you buy into this ETF, you're investing into crypto, you're investing into Bitcoin, and of course from there, they're gonna sell like millions of this paper itself to you, and after from there telling you that when you buy this itself, you're invested into crypto. And of course actually they do not own the crypto, but of course they might be owning some of it, but of course not all of it, that they say that this paper will be pegged 1 to 1 or something like that. One paper equals 1 Bitcoin or stuff like this. One paper equals 0.001 Bitcoin. So these are the stuff that you have to know. Like for gold itself is standard, and after that just look at it, the amount of gold in the world itself is unknown. And after that, from there, why is gold sold on like stock itself? Basically, if you buy gold on the exchange itself, do you technically own that gold 1 to 1? If let's say everybody that owns that piece of gold paper itself, I mean the gold certificate that you own it, if you go over to the exchange and you try to redeem your 1 to 1 gold itself, I mean everybody do a bank run, they can't really basically hand out all of the gold with the piece of paper. So I would say this is what the monetary system is all about. And after that, from there, it is a fraud. So what is going to happen is Bitcoin itself ETF is going to be launched, and of course it is going to basically help the price of Bitcoin itself to be going upwards, because when it's launched itself, we know the Wall Street boys out there, they have like billions and trillions of dollars to play with. So once it's regulated, billions and trillions of dollars might just flush into the crypto market itself, and of course making the market cap goes up, and of course there goes the crypto price itself will go up as well. For Ethereum itself, it's the same concept. It is still under like speculation of securities or commodity, and after that, from then, these are the two that will be mainly focused on. And of course I would say don't talk about like your stablecoin itself is just a gateway to your cryptocurrency itself. So I would say stablecoin definitely will be regulated, but stablecoin itself is 1 to 1, so there's no point like holding much of it. I would say unless you are basically talking about you want to make high yields on the stablecoin itself, yes, definitely you can invest into stablecoin, but note that yeah, basically it's just paper money. I mean, it's just one to one, and after that inflation still happens. So we hear Bitcoin Ethereum itself is one of the way that you can invest into the market itself if you want to start off with crypto itself. So what I do at the start of my crypto investment itself, I basically did previously I think I was 80% in Bitcoin. Eventually I diversified into more onto Ethereum, and after that more into other coins itself. So I would say as of now my portfolio is around 50 Bitcoin, 50% in Bitcoin, 30% in Ethereum, and 20% in other shitcoin. I would call it like other shitcoin. Yep, around there. And after that, from there, I would say this is just my allocation of my portfolio. But of course, you can do it on your own and however you want it. And of course, if you want to use the coin market cap portfolio itself, it's all linked down below. And of course, I'm gonna basically tell you the risk and thoughts about this cryptocurrency industry itself for you guys to basically know better. So we hear the risk associated with cryptocurrency itself already mentioned. It is like a roller coaster ride going 360 degrees every single day. And of course, from there, I would say, if let's say you have a faint of heart, do not invest into this. And of course, look at my face, I'm 24. When I go out to the street, people tell me, hey, you are like an uncle, 30 years old, because yeah, I invested in crypto, man. I mean, like, it's very stressful industry. And after that, from there, because the price go up and down many times at the start, during the start of my investment itself, I was always constantly watching on my portfolio. When I knew about that, when I keep doing that itself, equals I am too stressed and I have basically put in too much money into the market. But of course, eventually I would say that too much money itself, it is somehow all of my profits. Therefore, I'm still concerned that losing my profit itself in the market, giving all back into the casino itself, I would say. It is not what I want. I'm here to basically generate some wealth, preserve wealth, and of course, from there, achieve financial freedom and of course retire early and of course have provide my family with a good life and stuff like this. So this is what every son and after their father want to do. So I would say the risk associated with crypto itself in the stock market itself, it is very rare to see a company go down 99% in value, and of course 50% in the single trading day itself. I would say it is very rare to see that, and of course in the crypto space itself, it is super common. You can just see Bitcoin go up 20% in a freaking single day. Ethereum can just die 50% in the freaking single trading day, and of course you might see some of the legendary coins that can just jump into like 99%, lose its 99% value in the single day. So I would say every day itself, there is always, I believe, every week or so, there is at least 1 or 5 coins that is gonna basically dump 99% its value or even 80% of its value. So it's very common in the crypto space to see this type of fluctuation or volatility. And of course, I would say this is the first risk associated with cryptocurrency. And of course, you should only put amount that you're willing to lose. So for my case itself, when I started investing, I put in $1,000, and after that, from there, I wasn't sure that it's gonna be back or what. And of course, eventually, when I bought my ASIC miner itself, I was telling myself that this ASIC has the value. It is a real life product, and after that, from there, I can basically sell it off to another person at a slightly lower price if let's say it doesn't work out. But at the end of the day, I will still have some value back, and of course, from there, how I get started on my journey itself. But it's pretty hard to get started with ASIC now. So I would say the next risk associated itself is scammers all around cryptocurrency. So you join any group, any investment crypto group that tells you that this is a private group, pay $10, and after that, from there, you can basically have access to all like-minded people to basically talk about your crypto journey itself. So yes, that type of group itself, yes, you can pay it, and after you can go in. Or those free group itself, there is going to be scammers all around the crypto space trying to get your cryptocurrency, because crypto itself is very, it is marketed as you are your own bank, and after that, it is not traceable by the government. There's no like cashback policy or what is that called, chargeback policy. And after that, from there, there is no middleman entity to basically control your money. Basically, if you send it out, when it gets confirmed, equals bye bye, it's gone. So this is the crypto space. It is a very straightforward industry, and after that, basically, it's like having a cash, you pass it to somebody, or somebody just rob you with cash, and after that, from there, you can't trace back your cash. You can't basically, you can't like get back your money if let's say you do not know who the fuck is it. And after that, from there, this is what is happening on a digital space, in the crypto space. So I would say be careful of scammers. And of course, when somebody heads up to you, basically give you a link to any website itself, you do not trust the person, you do not know the person, or you if let's say your friend account got hacked or whatsoever, and it's telling you that, oh, I make like $1,000 per day, don't fucking click on it. If let's say you do not if it's too good to be true in the space itself, somebody DMing you about this type of product itself, if it's too good to be true, just avoid. And after that, from there, just do your own research. And after that, I would say focus on your own belief slash research only. And of course, do not listen to like influencers, I would say. So I would say for myself itself, yes, I am here to make YouTube for free. And after that, from there, I would say many YouTubers out there is basically just shilling their belief project itself. Why is that so? Because they bought into it, and after that, from there, they want the price to goes up. And of course, the same thing that I want to do itself is the same thing. Basically, I buy into the product, and after that, from there, I will just tell you my own technical research, and after the fundamental of that token itself. And after that, from there, it is up to you to buy it or not. And of course, I will say do not listen to influencer itself. You can listen to both of them. Like everyone is talking about this coin. You can listen to the good, the bad, and after that, at the end of the day, it is up to you to buy it or not, because your decision is what makes your portfolio grow. And after that, from there, it's not somebody else. And after that, you might get lucky. Somebody might be lucky to call your shots or whatsoever, and you might just make money off that calling itself, and of course I would say it will not happen every single time, every day. It's not Sunday every day, something like that. So the next risk itself, I would say storing your crypto itself, definitely just spend some money buying a hardware wallet if you're going into the crypto space. Like maybe you're spending $1,000 in the crypto space itself, make sure to have a hardware wallet, because you never know, you might just click on something wrong, you might be accidentally too horny or whatsoever, visiting some porn site or whatsoever, and eventually get some malware onto your laptop or on your PC itself, your mobile phone. So I would say having a hardware wallet itself is definitely the way to go in the crypto space, because when you own cryptocurrency equals you are in your own bank. So you are your own fucking bank. So what you want to do with your own fucking bank itself, to take security at its highest, utmost, whatever it is you want to call it, basically secure it, and after that, from there, hardware wallet itself is good enough for the average user. And after that, I would say I have come to the end of the video itself. If let's say you have any questions about investing and after that stuff like this, feel free to join my Discord or Telegram group, which you do not need to pay $10 for it. Just click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course I would say feel free to leave a comment down below, but YouTube might delete it. So joining the Telegram or Discord itself is totally free, and of course I would say we can have our like chat with the community and everything over there. So I've come to the end of the video. If you have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button, like button, and of course if you are feeling rich and of course you feel that this whole content itself is free and enriching itself, share it with your friends and family, and of course do visit my Patreon. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye. Peace.